and in everything they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. You, Spar and Bernstein, my lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. You, Spar and Bernstein, my lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your American dream?
My family is from Ecuador and I am from Chicago. My American dream is to be able to pay back my parents for everything they did for me.
I'm from France and my American dream is to help every day the homeless. Merci à vous.
I am from Tunisia. My American dream is to see love and peace.
I was born in North Carolina, Rocky Mountain. My dream is to have peace, and that's it.
My parents are Guyanese, so I'm first generation American. My American dream is that we all get the same treatment, same laws, same education as everyone. That will be my American dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Que muchas gracias por todo, abogadas, aquí por un sueño hecho realidad. A los 24 años de adquirir un algo que me esperé tanto tiempo. Gracias a la abogada Marina, aquí es su patrón. Muchísimas gracias. Y les recomiendo que esta es realidad, un sueño que se me cumplió y estoy muy feliz y muy feliz. Gracias.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce could affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. What is your American dream?
I'm from Chicago, my parents are from the Philippines, and my American dream is to have world peace. I think that it all starts with teaching each other how to love one another, and that will set the path for a positive future.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My American dream is peace on earth.
I was born in Moscow. My American dream is I really want to get good education and I want to do my favorite things in the future.
I was born in New Jersey. My American dream is to hit the Mega Millions so I can take care of my family, my friends, and myself.
I'm from Belgium. My American dream would be that between youth people we have deep conversation about our faith, about how we see life and how we can live together.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Hot groundhog in the city. Ha! Hello! I've had the best weekend of my life. I snuck into producer Patrice's bag and I went to the Chinese New Year Festival with her and Jonathan Elias, our field correspondent. I gotta tell ya, since I left my borough in Pennsatucky, Pennsylvania, and came to the borough of Manhattan, I've been having the time of my life. It's amazing. So we're gonna show you what happened today at the Chinese New Year parade on the show. And I gotta tell ya, I'm living life here in New York City. Look at all the people. It's so much excitement. I mean, really, I have not had this much excitement since I saw my shadow. This is amazing. All the people, all the cultures. I'm a groundhog. I came to the parade. Why don't they have a year? Oh, ow, hey! I'm just wondering why, in fact, they have no year of the groundhog. I understand, you know, there's reasons, but I'm pushing for the 13th year of the groundhog. That's gonna be my new focus. Now everyone, hello, Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
All right, I don't know what happened there, but Happy New Year. And welcome, Happy New Year. It's not really New Year, but if you're in China, it's New Year. If you're living in Chinatown, it's New Year celebration for China. So happy to those celebrating the Chinese New Year. Happy New Year to those celebrating the Chinese New Year. Happy Monday to everybody else. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I was a little surprised the show was right there. I didn't realize we were going live. It was like one of those, oh, we're on type of moments. So welcome everybody, welcome to the Brad Show. It is Monday. We do want to get those numbers up this week. Jella Shwana, how you doing? Radhika Pendergrast, I hope you're sharing. Vikisha Taylor, thank you for telling everybody to share, appreciate it. Tamika Nelson, keep on sharing and keep telling everybody to share. Nadisha Gooden, Jeff Bossy, how you doing? Dawn Harriet, Stacey Ann Hodge, Malia Lobin Martin, Denisha John, Demba Sal, who else we got here saying hello to me? Barbara Lord, Natalie McLean, Mala Lobin Martin. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Jella Shauna, who did I forget? I think Tanetso Bless Robinson, Princess Martin, and on and on and on and on and on. Thank you all for joining me here on The Brad Show. And please share this with your friends and family and let them know that I'm here to help them with their immigration issues. We have 4 people on hold right now. One person all the way from Frankfurt, Germany. He has a burning immigration question. We're going to get to Simon shortly, as well as Nadine, Faye, and Sharma. 1-800-529-5465. Wow, I gotta wipe my face clean. Let me say that again. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call. 1-800-529-5465. Also, please take out your finger, your thumb, your pinky, whatever it may be, and please share this with your friends and family. Put it on their timeline. Put it on groups that you may know. Send it in Messenger. There it is, our famous share. We plead, we beg, we do everything but borrow, because we can't borrow anything, but we certainly plead and beg everybody to please share this with your friends and family so everybody can get the help that they need. 1-800-529-5465. Apparently also, this is also a dating site in the comments section. So if anybody is single and needs to find a date, also apparently just join the Brad Show squad. And apparently they are giving out dates on our feed as well. Jeff Bossy, he's married. I'm sorry. This is dating sites for single people, but apparently that's what it is as well. So if you don't need any immigration help, you don't need any legal help, and you need a date, tell your friends and family, join here too. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call. Quickly in the news, because we do have a whole bunch of people on hold already. Quickly in the news, the Supreme Court has declined to hear Trump's ban on Dreamers as of March 5th. It is right now in the circuit courts. Donald Trump has asked the Supreme Court to have an emergency session so that they can make a final decision before March 5th whether or not to end the DREAM Act. It is right now not ended. It is not ended at all. They are still accepting applications for people who have previously been in the DREAM Act. The lower courts have upheld in favor of the Dreamers and said they should be able to renew their work authorization, their authorization to remain temporarily in the United States. And while that is happening, Donald Trump has asked the Supreme Court to intervene and overrule the lower courts. The Supreme Court has decided not to intervene, so the March 5th deadline is no longer. It may end up in the Supreme Court at one day, we don't know. But right now, that March 5th deadline where Trump said it's March 5th, the Dreamers get the hell out of our country, that's not going to be just yet. Hopefully it never is. So if you are part of the DREAM Act and you have not renewed your work authorization and your authorization to remain temporarily in the United States, you still have that opportunity even after March 5th. Thank you, Supreme Court of the United States of America. On another immigration hot topic, President Enrique Peña Nieto told Donald Trump to shove his wall up his you-know-what. He said he's not coming to America and I'm not paying for no stinking wall. And Donald Trump says, I'm only meeting you if you pay for the stinking wall. And Nieto says, I ain't paying for no stinking wall. So apparently the United States and Mexico are not really talking anymore. Apparently Donald Trump hung the phone up on Nieto. They were like 5-year-old babies. Trump said, you're paying for the stinking wall. And Nieto said, I ain't paying for the stinking wall. And Trump said, well then you don't meet me. And Nieto says, who the hell wants to see you anyway? So that's what's going on between the United States and Mexico. As far as the school shooting, we've heard some really stupid things. Many from gun advocates that it's okay for 18-year-olds to buy guns. Sheriff from Florida, many of the deputy sheriffs have been fired for not running into the school to stop the school shooter. It was really, unfortunately, I understand where the deputy sheriffs were coming from. It's a very unfair fight to ask a deputy sheriff to go run into a school. Now, he should have anyway, no question about it. This is your job. You have to do it to the best of your ability with the equipment you have. But very unfair to ask the deputy sheriff to go run into a school when he has a revolver that shoots maybe 5 or 6 bullets, I don't know, whatever he has in his gun, versus a kid who is like that. It's not a very fair fight. It's like somebody with a bow and arrow and a tank. You're not going to really win that fight very often. Now Donald Trump says, not only should the sheriff have run in there, but even if he had no gun, he should have run in there. Donald Trump said he would have run in there. I don't know what Donald Trump would have done it's very easy to say I would have run in there from 500 miles away or 1,000 miles away in Washington, D.C. It's very easy to cowardly say that. It's not so easy when the moment's there and you are a 70-something-year-old overweight fat man to say, okay, I'm going to go run into a school and get killed. All right, pretty stupid comment on Trump's part. I doubt he would have actually done it. Let's hear what he says.
You know, I really believe, you don't know until you test it, but I think I really believe I'd run in there even if I didn't have a weapon.
Yeah, BS, you would have run in there. Okay, he heard from, he tells more untruths than any person I've ever met in my entire life. He listened to the families beg him to do something about gun control. And you know what? He says, I'm going to do it. And he turns around the next day and makes a speech before the NRA and the Conservative Public Action Committee and says, these Democrats and these students who got shot are trying to take away your Second Amendment rights, which are the rights to bear arms. But it's not, between me and you, the rights to go kill people. There has to be a point where the right to bear arms overrides public safety, or public safety overrides the right to bear arms. And that's what we're trying to grapple with here in the United States. But Trump's saying he's going to run into the school. What is he going to do? I'm running in. Boom, boom, boom. What's he going to do? Come on. 1-800-529-5465. What else is going on here? There's a whole list talking about guns, and we're going to get to everybody right now. There's a whole list of... Where is this? All my cards are all mixed up. There's a whole list of companies that are now no longer supporting the NRA. Delta Airlines, that's a pretty good one to not support the NRA. We really don't want guns on Delta Airlines. Delta wrote, Delta's reaching out to the NRA to let them know we will be ending their contract for discounted rates through our group travel program. If you own a gun, you get the cheaper plane fare, no longer on Delta. Enterprise car rental. If you own guns, they're no longer going to give you discounts on rental cars. I mean, people are incentivizing people to own guns. That's how crazy America is. Hertz Corporation also will not give a discount if you own a gun. Avis Budget Rental Car will also not give. First National Bank of Omaha. If you own a gun, they say, yeah, if you own a gun and you're part of the NRA, we want your money. We want you to walk into our banks with guns. You know what? I don't want people walking into my bank with a gun, that's for sure. It goes on and on and on. Best Western Hotels. If you own a gun, we'll give you a discount. Come with your guns. Stay at our hotels. They will no longer give discounts, Best Western Hotels. They don't want any affiliation with the National Rifle Association. It goes on and on. Paramount, Symantec, Simple Safe, MetLife, on and on and on and on and on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. We are going to get to all of your immigration questions right now. I do have to ask everybody, for the sake of the 3 people who don't know what to do. I know there's about 90 to 100 people who know what to do. I know it because they watch every day. But the 3 new people, what we're going to ask right now is I'm going to be answering all of your immigration questions. I'm going to be giving you my free advice, my free time for the next 2 hours, and giving you the best advice that money can buy, which is absolutely for free right now. All I ask in return is that you share this with your friends and family. You let them know that we are on live, that Brad is on live, the Brad Squad is on live. And if anybody needs any immigration issues, if anybody has any immigration problems, if anybody has any immigration questions, now is the time to watch, now is the time to ask. And if you don't have any immigration issues, immigration problems, and you just need a date, then all you do is watch, and the Brad Squad will take care of you. The Brad Squad will get you a date. I promise you that. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Sharma in Westchester. Sharma.
Hello, Brad.
Hello, Sharma. What's up?
I have a quick question for you. I was legally married, and I'm supposed to go on interview sometime this week. But apparently, me and the other half decided to not turn up for some reason or the other. How do I go about it?
What do you mean your daughter decided not to show up for one reason or the other? What was the reason? You got into a fight?
Because we have some on and off.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, your daughter has to show up for an interview. You know, sometimes maybe you can say your daughter won't, isn't there and not available. You definitely go to the interview no matter what. Okay, that you have to do.
Oh, if the spouse don't go.
Oh, the spouse. I thought you said your daughter. What is my apologies. What is the difficulties between you and your spouse?
We're just not getting along, and then each time he started arguing, he always say, "Oh, get out," and whatever. So this last time, we have an argument, and I was like at a friend, and he keeps saying, "Oh, each time we argue, you say get out," but you are the one that keep telling me to go. So
what are the arguments about?
All kind of woman and all kind of stories.
He has woman. He has another woman.
Not up here. He always have some woman back in Jamaica. We always.
Oh, so he has like girlfriends, and he has girlfriends in other areas. So you say, "Hey, what the hell?" Which you have every right
so each
to
time
say.
We have an argument,
and then of course you would have an argument.
So each time we have an argument, and he said, "Get out," and you get out, he's gonna be like, "Oh, when you get out, I don't know where you're gone or whatever." But you are the one that say I should get out.
And let me ask you this question: was there any physical abuse? Did he ever put his hands on you?
We had fights all the time. Not like it's a one-away thing, because I'm not going to let him alone hit. So we had fights. But
did he touch you? Did he physically touch you, push you, shove you, scratch you? I think with all of these fights, and that there's a physical touching, scratching, pushing, emotional abuse, I think what you need to do right now is come see us immediately, and let's talk about either some form of either extreme emotional abuse case or physical abuse case, because other than that, you're not going to get through. So hold on one second, and we should do that before your interview, so that we can show up as your lawyers.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That the date is Wednesday.
Okay.
This Wednesday coming.
Okay. Guess what? Today's Monday. Okay. You know what's between Monday and Wednesday? Tuesday. Come see us tomorrow. Hold on. Okay. There's nothing like the last second, Sharma. And apparently you like the last second, but you still have 1 second to go. So hold on 1 second, all right? 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Faye in Union, New Jersey. Faye.
Yes, hi, Brad.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, what's up?
Okay, I have a question to ask. We were wondering, my mom, she's in Florida, and we have a brother in Jamaica. Is it possible she could file for him? He's in his late 30s, and she's in her early 80s.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Your mom's a citizen, a resident?
That's correct.
What?
She's a citizen.
Citizen. Okay, yeah, file away. Now, God forbid, it's a 7-year wait, and I guess you're thinking two things. Number one, God forbid something happens to my mom. Or two, she's in her 80s, she doesn't work. What's going to happen with that? Well, listen, we want your mom to live for the rest of her life, okay? Nobody's wishing anything ill on your mom, but God forbid something were to happen during the process. As long as the I-130 is approved, you as a sister can take it over, and it's still faster than you filing. Number one. Okay. Number two, your mom doesn't have to be working to file. She will need to provide an affidavit of support at the end of the case, but even if she's not working at that stage, you as the sister or another family member can give an affidavit of support. So that shouldn't prevent her from doing it either.
Okay, great. Right. And that takes 7 years, right?
Approximately.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Brad.
All right, hold on if you need help. You're welcome. And let's go to Nadine in Queens, New York. Nadine.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question here. I filed for my father back in Jamaica. The interview was in December, but they asked for like additional documents like my birth certificate, but I'll send that to them from like the 1st of January, the first week of January.
Right.
And when I check the status, it's saying it's on administrative processing.
Administrative review.
Then.
Yeah. Was your dad married to your mom?
No.
Okay. When you filed for your dad, did they ask you for evidence that he was in your life between birth to 18?
Yeah.
They did, and you complied with all of that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And your birth certificate, was his name put on at the time of birth or years later?
At the time of birth.
Okay. Did they ever ask you for a blood test?
No.
Okay. Well, they may ask you for a blood test. You got to give them at least 90 days. So you submitted everything in early January, right?
Yeah.
Okay. January to February, February to March, March to April. If by the first week of April you haven't heard anything, make an appointment. We'll call the embassy, but give them 90 days. After 90 days, all bets are off and let us get involved.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hold on 1 second. 1-800-529-5465. Again, I would beg, I will plead, I will get on my hands and knees, and I will do a handstand tonight. And I don't know how to do a handstand, but I promise I will. I will get on this table and I will do a flip and a handstand, possibly breaking my back, possibly breaking at least 2 bones in my legs, but to thank you all for getting us to 300 people. All you got to do right now is please share this with your friends and family. On Friday, we had a pathetic sharing. We had under 100 people sharing. So I'm begging you, please share this with your friends and family right now. And this is how you do it. You take out your thumb, you take out your finger, you take out your pinky, and what you do is you go to a group. Maybe I belong to a sewing group. Maybe I belong to a cooking group. Maybe somebody in the sewing group has an immigration issue. Let them know. It doesn't have to always be about immigration. Maybe you belong to a sports athletic group. Maybe they have immigration issues. Let them know. 1-800-529-5465 is the number. And now we are going to go to Simon in Frankfurt, Germany. Simon.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. What's happening in Frankfurt, Germany? It's the home of the largest airport I've ever walked through in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, it's a huge airport, right?
But you've never been to London yet.
All right, what's going on?
And first and foremost, don't do the handstand. We need you. Yeah, we need you on live. Yeah, we need you on live. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
for that,
Thank
too.
you. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question. My question is, has anything changed with the Trump administration according to a marriage cases?
No, not yet.
Nothing.
The only thing that has changed with marriages is they've codified a law that's been in existence for a while, which is that misrepresentation law, that if you come into the United States as a visitor or as a student and you get married within the first 90 days of your entry into America, they have codified that into regulations, which didn't exist before, that says misrepresentation, that you got to wait at least 90 days from your entry. Other than that, everything else is the same.
My bad. If someone wants to marry someone, he should marry the other person after the 90 days.
Correct.
Okay.
And they should be coming with the intent in your head that you're coming to visit. So if you're coming truly to get married, you would be coming with like 10 suitcases because you're taking all your belongings with you. It's not something I would suggest you do. Okay, you come to visit. And then after 90 days, if you choose to change your mind, that the law says that's fine.
Okay. And one last question I do have that too. Like, what is up with the social media? Like, what happens if someone overstays his visa and you're still active on social media?
That's fine. What they're going to be looking at for social media is misrepresentation. So, for example, in a marriage case, let's say you go for an interview and you got to prove that you and your spouse are living together in a real marriage. And you on social media, all of a sudden, you have 7 pictures in bars making out with 7 different women. Okay, that sounds pretty nice if you're a single guy, but if you're married, that doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to be careful what you're posting. Because you want to, or maybe you're on a lap of a woman. Okay. Now that could be an absolutely innocent picture. Maybe your best friend in the world is a woman. Maybe it's your sister or your cousin, and you're just very close and huggy, touchy. Who knows? Okay. But they're going to look at this and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great to know. So,
all right.
Okay.
And and by the way, putting things on private, they still see it. If you ever watched the movie Snowden, trust me, they still see it.
Okay. So but if I post something inappropriate, according to my marriage, it's bad. But if I just post like the scenery of whatever,
that's
or
fine.
just like me eating whatever, and I'm overstaying, nothing will happen to me.
Nothing would happen. They're looking. When you get married, they're looking to see if this is a bona fide marriage.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
1-800-529-5465. That's not only the number to get on our show, but a lot of people always go, Brad, how do I reach you? How do I get in contact with you? I'd like to speak with you. Same number, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. I think we're going to take 2 more telephone calls, and then you can tell all your friends who have not logged on to our show yet that we're going to get Belgium Kim to ask their questions of me, and I will answer them. So Belgium Kim coming up in 5 minutes or less, but right now, let's go to Norman in Westchester. Norman.
Where's Squeeze?
Where's Squeeze? I don't know. Where's Norman?
I'm here.
All right, Brad's here. Norman's here. That's about it.
Yeah,
What's
but
up?
Squeeze was the man.
I'm sorry. What could I tell you?
How do you have the Brad and Squeeze show without Squeeze?
I don't know. It's called the Brad Show now.
Ah, but Squeeze was the best part of the show.
All right, well, I'm sorry then. I don't know what to tell you. Go find Squeeze and tell him.
Is he still working here?
No, he's still on the radio. Do you have a question for me?
No, I have a question for Squeeze.
All right, you got to find him on his radio show. All right, let's go to Angela in Miami. Angela.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I have a question to ask you. My son was deported on an absentia deportation.
Mm-hmm.
And, is there any way he can come back? I did a FOIA and didn't hear anything yet.
Why do you get deported?
Huh?
Why do you get deported?
Burglar.
You got when did he get deported? When?
Last year, about August.
Last year in August?
Yeah.
And did he have a green card?
Yeah.
Okay, and how old was he when he came to the United States?
1.
He was 1 year old when he came to America?
Yes, he was 1, but he came in and no inspection, and then my husband filed for him.
Mm-hmm.
Were you
a citizen before he was 18?
No.
No.
My husband was the one that filed for him.
And what was his burglary charge? What year was this?
He was,
how old was he?
He was before he reaches 18.
He was a minor?
And then, yes, and then he went back and messed up his probation.
And then so he violated his probation on a felony, which makes him an aggravated felon. Okay.
Yeah.
So now he got deported for an aggravated felony. So what is doing the FOIA going to help? You need to try to figure out how to get him back here with a waiver.
Yes, that's why she said she has to get the FOIA
How
first.
old is he now?
He's 27.
All right. So when you get the FOIA, I don't know what to tell you. When you get the FOIA, which is all of his records, bring it in to me and I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
And you're all the way in Miami, Florida?
Yeah.
All right. So we can always do it by phone, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. I believe we have a new Braducation segment. Let's see our Braducation segment. And then we're going to find Belgium Kim, and we're going to be answering your immigration questions.
What kinds of questions will they ask me when determining if I'm in a bona fide marriage?
There are many questions they're going to ask you to determine whether you're in a bona fide marriage. They're first going to ask you to see your documents. What documents do you have to prove you're in a bona fide marriage? What bills do you have addressed to both of you at your marital address? Do you share a bank account, tax returns, financial documents? Then they're going to ask you to see pictures of you together with friends and family. And then they may ask you questions about your personal living arrangements. What side of the bed do you sleep on? I've heard that a lot. What type of toothpaste do you use? I've heard that one. There are a multitude of questions that we can go on hours and hours that they may ask you to prove that you live together in a bona fide marriage with your spouse and that you share the same financial obligations. The financial obligations meaning you're commingling the income that you earn and you are sharing in the debts of the marriage. All right, so let's go find Belgium. Kim. Kimmy Kim. Kimmy Kim. Hello. Hello. How was your weekend, Kimmy Kim?
It was absolutely delightful. I did delightful things.
Delightful? What kind of word is that?
What do you
great.
mean?
It was fun. Delightful.
It was relaxing.
How old are you? That sounds like an 80-year-old woman saying delightful. It was just delightful. It was just delightful.
I a little bit had an 80-year-old woman weekend. I was in bed by like 10 p.m.
I thought you were going out drinking Friday night. What happened to that?
I went for like 2 drinks, and then I don't know. The adult in me was like, "Stop it, go home."
All right. So what do we got here? What do we got on immigration? Let's go. Got a lot to cover today.
We've actually got Deborah Gale, who has a who has kind of a firsthand account in response to what you were saying about the Parkland school shooting and the resource officers. She said that she worked for the Broward's Sheriff's Office as a dispatcher for over a decade, and she knows that it's not an easy thing for those people to be in the line of duty, but they should have definitely still gone in. And she said that even though the current top sheriff is a good one and way better than the last guy, it's really unfortunate that this happened under his watch. And so she has a firsthand.
Right. I'm not saying they shouldn't have gone in. They absolutely should have gone in. I'm just saying, I understand why he was hiding behind a car. The guy is, you don't go in just to get killed. You want to go in to try to help, and this guy is rattling off, I'm not there. It's very hard to say what you would do in that situation. It's actually stupid of Trump to say, yes, I would have went in even if I didn't have a gun. You don't know what you would have done in that situation. And, obviously nobody stands up just to get shot. But certainly you want to go in to try to help. And, the only thing I was saying is this guy has a semi-automatic machine gun and you have a gun that shoots 6 bullets. It's really an unfair fight.
Absolutely. And I can't imagine how I would react in that. I freeze just thinking about it.
I don't know what I would have done. I would assume I would want to help. I would do something heroic. But you don't know what you would do in that situation.
You'd like to be the person. You'd like to think you're that guy.
You'd like to think you would be that guy, but you don't know what you do. What else you got?
So we have Sophia with a question who says, a friend of mine's son is waiting for his interview to receive his green card, but he got locked up for some lies that were told on him. He's currently fighting the case, but is he going to have a problem getting his green card?
By the way, that's not the police for me or you, is it? Or the fire? We're not on fire here. Is that fire trucks? What are we listening to here?
I think it's a fire truck.
I think it sounds like fire
and
over police.
Smell, it's not in here.
I don't have to run out of the studio or anything. It's not our building on fire. All right, so I couldn't hear a word you said over the fire truck. So let's do that again.
Fair. Sophia says, a friend of mine's son is waiting for his interview to get his green card. But he just got locked up because someone was telling lies about him. And so he's currently fighting that case to try and get the truth.
Where is he?
The son is, from the way this question is worded, and it's only an inference, I think the son is in the U.S.
Okay, we need to know where he is and what he's being charged with. Okay, if somebody's telling lies and there's no other evidence, then, hopefully that case would be resolved positively. If he's in New York and New Jersey, he should be contacting us immediately. If it's in a federal court in any of the 50 states, he should be contacting us immediately. I will say this. You cannot start an immigration case whether you're being rightly or wrongly charged with a crime while that case is pending. That immigration case is going nowhere. So you got to resolve the criminal case before you resolve the immigration case. And if he's being wrongly accused, that's our specialty is wrong. Never specialize in anything. But listen, we've seen that many, many times. People wrongly accused. We've seen it many, many times. People rightly accused, but their rights were violated. That's why you need good criminal defense attorneys.
Trey says, how long does it take USCIS to respond if they sent you an RFE and you sent back the evidence? And how long until I can expect to hear something once I've sent back the evidence?
What is what RFE on what type of case?
We don't know.
Can you give us a little more information, Trey?
Casey said.
And what were they asking? You know, what stage are you
What
in
evidence?
the case?
What additional evidence did they want?
What type of case? What additional evidence did they want? And who are you responding to? Are you responding to a local immigration office? Or are you responding to a service center? All things I need to know.
Casey says, first of all, love this show. Casey is a new listener.
Thank you, Casey.
She has been there. She said it's very informative and funny. I agree with her.
I try.
She's got a question for a friend of hers. The friend overstayed the visitor's visa for about 2 years and then decided to leave on her own. With her visa still valid, she tried to return a year after.
And she has a 10-year bar.
And they denied her entry and sent her back.
Right.
It's now been about 8 years since she was sent back home, and her mom is a U.S. citizen and has filed for her and her son. Would the fact that she overstayed in the U.S. 8 years ago be a problem when she goes to the interview?
Yes, because she has a 10-year bar. So she can't get an interview for 10 years. She's only at the 8-year mark, number one. Number two, she got stopped at the airport, perhaps even with a back-stamped passport. I don't know. If she back-stamped her passport to make it look like she didn't overstay, she has a misrepresentation issue which bars her for life. There's a waiver for that. That's usually, the modus operandi. I only say that. I'm not accusing her of doing anything. I just know a lot of times people do that. If, regardless of whether she back-stamped or didn't back-stamp, she got deported at the airport. That's another reason to bar you. You need a waiver for that. She has lots of issues now. So her walking into the U.S. Embassy and she's thinking everything is fine, it ain't fine. She needs a good attorney.
We have Demi who says, can you help a U.S. citizen sponsor their stepchildren in the Caribbean?
Yes.
Stacy Ann says, a U.S. citizen wants to file for his married child who has a 2-year plus baby. Does he pay one application fee of $535 for all 3 of them, or this is $1,605 for the married child and her 2 dependents?
No, $1,535 for the child who's over 21, who's married, and their dependents all go on the application.
Go on the same one. Oof. I'm sure they're very happy to hear they just saved $1,100.
Yes.
Ellie says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I filed my work permit in October of last year, along with my I-130, my I-485, but have not yet gotten my EAD. I've opened 2 service requests with no response. I've called and they told me my case is fine, no request for evidence or anything.
How long is this?
What am I supposed to do? She filed back in October of last year.
Did she get fingerprinted?
That I don't know.
Yes.
Ellie, have you been fingerprinted?
Yeah, and if she's opening up service requests and it's been 5 months, come see me.
Millicent says, if you get approved for an I-130, but you have not yet filed the I-485, do you need to submit all the same documents?
Yes, and just submit a copy of the approval. That's why you do the I-130 and I-485 together.
Francis says, I'm a green card holder, and I recently got married in Uganda. How long is it going to take for me to get a visa for my wife to enable her to join me here?
He got a visa?
No, so he's a green card holder and got married in Uganda.
Got
and he wants to know, how does his wife join him, basically.
File an I-130, it's about 2 years. 18 months to 2 years.
We've got Rosie who says, I have a family member who came here with the whole family about 10 years ago with an R1 visa.
That's a religious worker.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if I've even heard of an R1. They've been trying to apply for their green card with absolutely no luck. Do you have any advice on what to do?
Yeah, come see a good lawyer. Start there. I don't know where they're at, what they're doing. So, it's one of those.
What they're filing?
How do you get a green card? Come see me.
Ellie says that she has, in fact, already done her biometrics.
All right. So if it's more than 120 days from the biometrics, call me. If it's not 120 days from the biometrics, hang tight.
Sit tight. Okay. I feel like the waiting is the worst part.
It is.
Honestly.
It is. And by the way, it's supposed to be 90 days. And they're now pushing work permission back 5 months, 6 months now.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
And I even talked about this on Friday, but Melania Trump sponsored her parents. Okay, that's okay, but no one else is allowed to sponsor their family members.
Yeah. And only in that case, if it's not your in-laws, is it called chain migration?
Correct.
If it is your in-laws,
then
it's just
okay.
family reunification.
Right, exactly, especially when you are the in-laws of the president.
Right, exactly.
And by the way, I think the parents are younger than him. I'm not 100% sure, but I looked at a picture. I go, I don't know. I think the father looks younger than Trump.
Can you imagine being at that wedding wrap?
I don't know.
No, it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe.
No, I was not. Thank God I was not invited, even before you got into politics. Yes.
That would not be an enjoyable wedding to be at.
All right. What else you got?
Ronnie says, if a U.S. citizen travels back home for any emergency while they're pregnant and they end up having the baby back home, do you have to file for the child all over again, or is that child already a citizen?
If the mother's a U.S. citizen, the child's an automatic U.S. citizen. You just need to go to the U.S. Embassy and get a passport for the child.
Great news. Rosie says, I'm glad I saw your post. Please help me. My daughter's in Athens, Greece. She's a teacher in she was a teacher in the Philippines and went to Athens for a better life 9 years ago. She didn't go home, has no legal document to work there, and she's a single mom. Is there anything you can do for her here in the United States?
Well, your mom can sponsor her if mom's in the United States. Maybe mom could help her look for a job and a job sponsorship, and she can come here even that much quicker.
And then we've got another one from Jill who says, I was in the USA 2002 to 2003 as a tourist. I stayed in my grandma's house and took care of her while she gave me an allowance. I visited my family in the Philippines twice in 1 year. Now I'm having issues when I go back, when I come visit in the US. What are my issues?
Wait, why is she having issues? What happened? I don't understand.
So whenever she comes back, she was just in the US as a tourist, then she ended up back to the Philippines. Right. So when she was a tourist, it seems like she was here for a while.
All right. So that's the problem. You can't use a tourist visa to come live here. Okay. The reason why you're having problems is they're saying you're traveling a lot here. So they're questioning where you are truly living and where you're truly working. A tourist visa is to be a tourist, which means that you are a tourist. Most tourists don't stay, even though you're given 6 months under the law. Most tourists, unless you are independently wealthy, do not stay and travel and visit and tour America for 6 months. They got to get back to a job. They got to get back to their home and their career. So when you stay for 4, 5, 6 months, they start questioning, A, what are your ties to go home? B, what are you doing here? C, are you working here? Are you trying to use the visitor's visa to live here? It's not what it's for. That's why you're having problems. Now, solution? Call me. Let's discuss what those problems are, and let's see what other options you have. There's solutions if you call a good lawyer.
Tamika says, I know this is a question you probably get asked every day, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I've got a friend staying in the U.S., and she'd like to know if there's any other way to acquiring her citizenship and or legal status without getting married.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what particular for your friend, but you should have them come see me.
But there are possibilities.
I don't know in her particular case, but there are many ways to get a green card is the answer.
Shamisha wants to know, can you travel domestically if you've currently filed to adjust your status? Is it going to be okay to travel as long as you've got the receipt from USCIS?
Yeah.
Perfection. Rita says, if a U.S. citizen filed for his wife who lives with him in the U.S. and stepchild who lives in the Caribbean, should all the documents be sent to the same address at USCIS?
Who's filing for who?
So a U.S. citizen filing for his wife that lives with him in the U.S. and then a stepchild that lives in the Caribbean.
Yes, but you're filing two separate applications.
But we all send them to the same place, regardless of where they're living.
Correct.
Fantastic.
Let's do this, Kim. Save all of those questions, all right? Because I don't want to use them all up in the first hour and let people, think about what I've said and think about more questions.
Mull it over.
And let's come back to you with more questions in about 20 minutes or so. I'm sure you'll have plenty more questions. Going back, Kim on social media. Belgium Kim, thank you very much. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call to get on our show. 1-800-529-5465. Call now. Now, also, if you're watching and you have not liked or followed The Brad Show, do it now so you get notified every time we come on live, 5:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday. If you do not like and follow The Brad Show, you would not be notified that we come on live. So please do that. Please also share this with your friends and family. I say it again and again and again until everybody shares. You take out your thumb, you take out your pinky, you take out your finger. It's so simple. Just press the share button. Share it on your timeline. Share it on your friend's timeline. Share it to groups that you may be members of. Send it in Messenger to certain people that you may think would like this show as well. And the telephone number to call, we're going to be taking your calls right now on the air, live, on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live. If you're watching on YouTube, you press subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, you press like and follow. And the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. We have a whole bunch of open lines. So if you call right now, I promise you I will be answering your legal questions. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Sandra in Queens. Sandra.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Recently I filed for my son and my daughter back in Jamaica. My daughter is under the age of 21, right? However, she has a baby. What I want to know, can that baby go on the filing?
Your daughter, are you a citizen or a resident?
I'm a permanent resident.
Yes, if you're a permanent resident, the baby goes on the filing, but if you were to become a citizen and the child's and your daughter's under 21, when you become a citizen, the baby falls off. But assuming you don't become a citizen, you can put the daughter on the filing, or if your daughter turns 21, the baby stays on the filing.
So what you're saying is that...
Okay, you tell me what I'm saying, and then I'll tell you whether you're right.
My daughter, she is 16. She had a baby, right? The paper went through. So what I want to know, can the baby still go on the filing? So
yes.
Yes, right?
But don't become a citizen, because if you become a citizen, the baby's not coming.
Oh, if you go ahead and become a citizen, the baby will not be able to come on the filing?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. When did you file for your daughter?
When did I file? In 2013.
In 2013?
You
got the case approved?
Yes.
Okay, so she should be eligible to come immediately with the child.
Okay, so what is the process? How do I go about it?
You bring in the approval letter to me. I'll add the baby, and we'll get your daughter here in less than 6 months.
In less than 6 months? Also, my friend, she got her priority date was October 20, right? She went to do her biometric on November 26, right? But she has not yet received her EAD
It's
card.
like everybody else. It's supposed to be a 90-day process, and what I'm seeing is it's about 4 months from the time you do your biometrics now. So what I'm telling people is it's just taking forever. They're doing it on purpose. It's Donald Trump, and he is telling immigration, slow everything down. It's becoming a huge problem. I think eventually there's going to end up being a class action lawsuit because there's a purposeful slowdown.
It's going to be eventually what?
I said I believe there will eventually be a class action lawsuit against the USCIS and the president and Attorney Jeff Sessions and the head of the Department of Homeland Security, because they are purposely slowing it down. There is no way that work permission should take 6 months, but that's what it's doing right now.
Okay.
All right?
So I just have to wait, right?
Just hang in there.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, hold on if you need help for your daughter. I just hung up on her by mistake, and I meant to tell her to hold on. So if you were watching, or Fiona, if you can call her back, because I think she needed help with her 16-year-old daughter and the baby. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Preston in Tallahassee, Florida. Preston.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
Is Squeeze there?
No, Squeeze ain't here. It's Brad. You have a question? Or are you going to complain that Squeeze isn't here?
Where's Squeeze?
He's off the show right now.
Oh, man, that's no good.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you a question.
What's your question?
Yeah, how do I get there?
How do you get where?
To the U.S.
You're in Tallahassee right now?
Yeah, Tallahassee, Jamaica, man.
All right, hold on one second. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. Let's go to Elaine in Brooklyn. Elaine.
Yes, hi, Brad.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you already filed a 485, like my son is filing for me, you put in the I-130 485, but then you do a FOIA to find out already before you came to the denied visa, you find out you have a statement that's not correct on it by mistake. Can you still go ahead when you find out? Can you file the waiver already because already the 485 already went in? Can you still file a waiver?
You made a mistake on the I-485?
No, in Jamaica when you apply for the visa.
Okay, what was the mistake that you made on the visa?
The mistake was I have 3 children, but 2 by my husband, right?
Right.
And so my daughter, I had her when I was 16, so she didn't live with me. So when I filed for the visa, one at a time, I put that I have 2 children because only 2 was living with me. So now I'm nervous because I don't know if that's going to come up. So
why did you say you had 2 children instead of 3?
Because she wasn't living with me at the time. But when I got the visa, I was denied at that time. But when I went back and I got the visa, I put her on it that I had 3 children because I really have 3 children.
Right.
But one is not for my husband.
Okay. So if there was any sort of misrepresentation, you're going to go to immigration. You're going to tell the truth. And if they say they felt that there was a misrepresentation, at that time you can always do a waiver. And we can certainly help you. And if you're concerned, you should make an appointment to come in because you don't want to stick your foot in your mouth anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you could do the waiver before I go in there.
No, you wouldn't do the waiver before you go in. You would have to get denied first for misrepresentation and then do the waiver. But certainly we can be prepared for it if that's what it looks like is going to happen. All right?
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Right, thank you.
All right.
All right.
1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Tasha in the Bronx. Tasha.
Hi, good afternoon, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. I have an immigration question to ask for my friend.
Go ahead.
I have a friend that overstayed his visa and want to advise what you do.
You have a friend who overstayed on his visitor's visa. He needs a green card. Once you overstay on your visitor's visa, you can't get any other type of visa. And you're kind of stuck here because if you go home, you have a 3 or a 10-year bar, depending on how long you've overstayed your time. So he needs to figure out how he's going to get a green card. My advice, how to get a green card, I would need to meet with him and then figure that one out. So I think
the reason why she overstayed because she met into a car accident and she injured her back. So she's been going to the therapy and end up that overstaying.
Yeah, that's not a good reason as long as she was able to get on an airplane. If she was in a coma, God forbid, or something like that, that's a different story. Okay, but saying, you know what, I injured my back in a car accident, so now I'm going to stay to continue physical therapy is not the best reason in the world. So hold on one second, though, okay? We can help. Let's go to Dodian in the Bronx. Dodian.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
What's up?
I have a quick question for you. I have a friend that came here in 2014, and she overstayed. Her mom started filing for her. She's a citizen. And she started filing for her in 2015. Okay. Now, in early January, ICE agency went to her apartment and seized all her travel documents.
Why?
And asked her, taken from her.
Why would they do that? Why would they pick her out of everybody? I mean, that's
a question that we don't know because they came with her file, everything, picture, everything.
Where does she live? Where does she live?
She lives in Yonkers.
That's really odd. Okay.
And so what happened? So they took her travel documents and asked her to come to Manhattan for a meeting.
Right.
She went there and they gave her back her documents and told her that she should be expecting a court date.
Okay.
So the date came in the mail 2 days ago on Friday.
Okay.
And the date is for August. No, she's not sure what to do.
All right, so she's in deportation. So she needs a way out of deportation. I am not going to solve her deportation case here, okay? She has to go before a judge on August, and she has to say either don't deport me because I'm eligible for my green card. She's not eligible through the mom who filed in 2015. Maybe there's some other eligibility we don't know about. Or she's been here for 10 years and there would be an extreme hardship to her mom if she were deported. Or there's some sort of asylum claim or some other claim we can do to keep her here. I don't have that answer. We would have to meet with her and figure it out. But we're very good at doing this. And it's very odd, you know, that of all the people who are out of status, they came and knocked on her door. I just find that odd, especially in New York. That doesn't really happen. You don't really hear that often. Okay?
I know.
So hold on one second, but we can certainly help her. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Nadisha in West Palm Beach, Florida. Nadisha. Nadisha hung up. All right. Let's go to Sean in Queens. Sean.
Yes, good day.
What's up?
Yeah, a question.
Yeah.
A grandma of mine filed for me in the early 90s.
Right.
But my medical came through, but my mother did not make me come. So 15 years after, I go and get a visa, and I start to travel.
Okay.
So the question I want to know now, that filing that happened a couple years back, would I be able to continue with it?
Well, you can't because it sounds like grandma filed for your mom and you were a derivative beneficiary on that.
No, my grandma filed for my dad.
For your dad, and you were a derivative beneficiary on that. You were your dad's child. That's how the application went. Once you turn 21, that's the end of the case. Now, what piqued my interest though in your case is that grandma filed for dad in the 1990s and you were under 21. That makes you 245I eligible. That means you're grandfathered under the old laws. That puts you in a much better position overstaying your visa than somebody who is not grandfathered in. So you can have your dad file for you and ultimately adjust your status here if he's still alive. You can be sponsored in a job. It only takes about 18 months to do a job sponsorship. Pay a penalty fee, get your green card here. You have every option. Whatever option you can figure out to get a green card, the green card happens in America. Because grandma filed for dad in the 90s and you were under 21 at the time. That grandfathers you in and that gives you a fantastic position here in the United States. So I would strongly suggest you come and speak to us so we can figure out what the best way to handle your case is, all right?
Okay.
Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. Looks like Nadisha is back from West Palm Beach, Florida. Nadisha.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Oh, I got one question. I'm currently filing for my daughter, but her father died before she was born, so I was wondering if they're gonna ask and on the interview if they're gonna ask for the death certificate.
Who filed for who?
I'm filing for my daughter, but her dad died.
Yes, they may ask for the death certificate. It's possible.
Okay, that's all I was just calling to have.
Is it available, the death certificate?
I don't know. I don't really know because I'm not in contact with.
Yeah, if it's not available, it's not available. It's not like the end of the world, but if it's available, you should go get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you need help, hold on. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Now, you may remember when we first started out back in October, we did something with Tamika and Kevin called the Bratified Marriage, where we asked them questions. They were in a bona fide marriage. We knew that. And we asked them questions that they may get on their interview for their marriage. And they didn't do so well, even though it's a good marriage. So what we did is it gave us a little impetus to send Kimmy Kim out onto the streets of New York and ask American citizens, people who have nothing to do with immigration, people who are in relationships, American citizen with American citizen, and see if they would pass their immigration interviews. Let's see what happens.
This is Kim from The Brad Show, and we want to find out if American couples could pass the Stokes interview questions to prove that they're in a bona fide relationship. Let's see how well these couples know each other. Where was your first date?
That's hard.
We went.
I would say on a cruise for his birthday.
To a boat ride. I would say that's officially our first date, I would claim.
Where did you guys go on your first date?
Like I said, we went out before and we went to Riverside, but as our official first, it was a boat ride.
Good job.
Our first official date, we went for a walk by the river. Yeah.
What river?
It's called, it's the Detroit River, Canada, the border, yep.
First official date was went for a walk by the river.
What river?
Detroit River.
You both answered not just for a walk, but for a walk by the Detroit River. Well done. Well done. What time does your alarm clock go off in the morning?
9.
What time does Terry's alarm clock go off in the morning?
Before noon? Okay, 10. I'm going like 10.
What time does Joel's alarm clock go off in the morning?
7.
Go around 7.
What's the color of your toothbrush?
Of my toothbrush? I don't even know. White?
What's the color of his toothbrush?
White and green? He's not even gonna remember that.
I have 2 toothbrushes. One is pink and white, and the other one is purple and white.
What's the color of her toothbrush?
Green and white, because I buy it.
What color is your toothbrush?
Blue and white.
What color is Terry's toothbrush?
Red.
What color is Joel's toothbrush?
Blue and white.
I want you each to answer this question for yourselves. What's the color of your toothbrush?
What did I even say? White? I don't remember.
I buy it. It's green and white with the machine.
That's yours.
Both of your toothbrushes were. You said that they were the same color.
Blue and white.
I said yours is red.
That is wrong.
I have the pink or purple and white, and I have 2. Remember, I have 2.
It's something with white.
Yeah, green and white.
What's your job title?
My job, I am a nurse.
What is his job title?
Oh, God.
I'm an inventory management analyst.
He works for Chrysler, and he is like an analyst, a parts analyst of some sort. That's all I know. How you feeling?
Not so good.
What's Terry's job title?
She's a nurse. I'm going with a nurse. That's my guess.
That's a guess?
Well, I think so.
What's her job title?
She's a director.
A director of?
I'm a program director.
She told me this how many times and I can't remember.
What is his job title?
I'm a carpenter at Pinnacle Industry. Yes.
Carpenter? Construction worker?
What was Joel's very first car?
I don't know. I don't know that one. A neon, maybe?
What was your very first car?
A Dodge Caliber.
Her very first car was a Caliber.
Now, total guess, it sounded like. What did you say Joel's first car was?
A neon.
And it wasn't neon.
It wasn't neon.
Do you guys still have those cars?
No.
Wow, how did you know? What?
I listen sometimes.
So there you have it. Most of these couples know the general goings on, but they still struggled on some of the simple day-to-day questions. And believe it or not, they may actually have problems in a green card interview. They may seem simple, but they are tough questions. Until next time, where we find our next group of unsuspecting couples.
You know, they would have problems on their green card interview, especially if they were put in a Stokes interview, because you're asked about 100 questions, and I've seen denials where the couples got 92 questions right and 8 wrong. 92 right, 8 wrong, denied. And I don't know how many we asked of these 2 couples out on the street, but they probably only got around 2/3 right, and they most likely would have been denied at their interview. And there they are in real legitimate marriages. So, you know, the whole thing is, you know, preparation. Preparation is everything. 1-800-529-5465. You know what? Let's go to Jody in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then from Jody, who's waiting from Charlotte, North Carolina, we're going to find Kimmy Kim with your immigration questions on Facebook and YouTube. Jody.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How do you go about petitioning for yourself? I'm on a J1 work visa.
Well, you want to petition yourself under what basis?
To change my status from J1 to a green.
Okay. So if you're going to be a green card, to petition yourself, you have to have generally extraordinary ability, meaning that you're the best in your field. What do you do?
I'm a teacher and I have a master's degree in reading and language arts, and I have a bachelor's degree in special education.
Are you the best teacher in the world? Do you have any award for
sir.
What did you win as best? What did you win in terms of awards for teaching?
Well, I haven't won any award yet.
Mm-hmm. So what about going to your school and asking them to sponsor you? They don't want to do that?
They don't do that.
They don't do that. All right. I think at this point, rather than saying, how do I sponsor myself, because most likely without winning awards or having some sort of documentation that you are the top teacher in the United States of America, you would need to figure out how to maybe find a different job, change your status to a different work visa, that type of thing. So hold on one second. Let's see what we can do to help you, okay? Hold on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's find, by the way, Tamika Nelson, we will be interviewing you and Kevin again. I'm expecting better results this time. 1-800-529-5465. You just tell Jill when and where, and I will be there. 1-800-529-5465. And let's find Kimmy Kim. Hello. Good job there on the streets. How did you find people? I mean, was it hard to find people to stop and do that? Or was it easy?
Okay, so we had an issue with New York City being too diverse.
Right.
It was really hard to find American
citizens.
couples.
You couldn't find anybody who was from another country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, we're from Brazil. And it's like, have a great vacation.
Have a great vacation. Enjoy. All right. Well, you finally found Americans, so congratulations.
At one point, Patrice and I had to literally just go through the streets and be like, American couples who are in love.
Were you really screaming it out? Were you really? That's really so funny. That you need to film, like when you're screaming, that's funny. We're like, anyone who's an American couple who's in love, please come talk to me.
We should. You're absolutely right, because it was actually kind of hilarious, and the weird glances we were getting, just like, what are you? What's your angle here?
Right.
New Yorkers are very suspicious of everyone, so it really felt like, what do you want from me? So it was fun.
That's fun. All right, what do we got? Let's go. Immigration. What do we got?
We've got Donna, who says, I came here in 1988 and brought up 3 children from Jamaica to the U.S. One day before my son's 18th birthday, I was sworn in as a U.S. citizen, but I didn't get the certificate until September. So we filed and paid for citizenship for my son, and they said that he is not a citizen because I didn't become a citizen until the day the certificate was actually signed. What can I do?
You didn't swear in on that day then. You passed your interview one day. It sounds like you passed your interview one day before your son's 18th birthday, but you didn't swear in until the day you swear in and say, I take an oath of allegiance to the United States of America, is the day that's on your naturalization certificate. So if it happened after your son's 18th birthday, he's not a citizen. They are correct.
That is heartbreaking.
Yes.
Kat on YouTube says, if a U.S. citizen files for a stepson who already has a visitor's visa, is the stepson going to be able to visit while the filing's going on?
If they have a visitor's visa, yes, but please be very wary. I would always strongly urge you not to visit. And the reason is this. You have already filed for your son and said he's coming to live here permanently. He is coming to go visit you. They are going to believe, most likely at the airport, that he is coming to live permanently in the United States, and they're going to turn him around. So unless it's an emergency, stay put. Because you always run the risk of having a problem at the airport. Because you have a dual intent. You're showing I'm coming to visit, but you've shown in another application an intent to get your green card.
Jesse says, my 601A waiver has been approved, but I can't obtain a police clearance certificate from Venezuela to complete my application.
Why is that? Because of the violence?
I lived, from one of the countries I lived in for over 6 months without status. So she lived in Venezuela for over 6 months with it out of status and apparently needs police clearance.
Right.
Is there a way around it to complete her application?
No, you need the police clearance, but if you're having trouble, come see us and let's see what we can do to help you get that.
Tennille on YouTube, I'm assuming of Captain and, says, what happens if your N400 is under supervisor review?
If it's under supervisory review, that means they are looking at it to determine whether or not to put you in deportation or give you your citizenship. Obviously, the captain in Tennille is not as wholesome as we believe, because there's maybe something in your background that they're looking at is most likely what it is.
Sun K says, good night, guys. If a mom that's a resident is filing for her unmarried child over 21, can her grandchild also be on that same filing?
Yes.
Raina says, my husband went to the U.S. 12 years ago. He jumped ship after finishing his contract as a seaman. He's been working there in the U.S. for about 12 years. Is there any way for him to get citizenship?
Well, he first has to get a green card before he becomes a citizen, and the question is, how do I get a green card? Come see me.
So Pauline has a follow-up to Donna, who was sworn in the day before her son's 18th birthday. Pauline said, Donna's my sister, and she was sworn in the day before her son turned 18.
Then why is the naturalization certificate say something different? Because you get the naturalization certificate at your swearing in.
Swearing in.
So I'm not sure what. Then if there's a mix-up, then what should happen is come see us. We're going to pull her records. If, in fact, she was sworn in on the day before her son's 18th birthday, then the naturalization certificate was issued incorrectly. Then we have to reissue a naturalization certificate to issue the correct day and then get the son his citizenship, if that's what happens.
That sounds like a tremendous amount of paperwork.
It is, but that's what we do here. It's like lots of paperwork. It's like the Big Mac of paperwork, but we'll get it done.
We'll get it done.
The Big Mac of paperwork.
Isn't there a bigger Mac now? Isn't it a Grand Mac? There's three different Macs?
I don't know.
There you go.
The Royale with cheese. I know from the Royale with cheese. I only know that.
They call it
Royale with cheese. I know that from Pulp Fiction. All right. What else we got? Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's absolutely
more. I was about to move on. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Okay.
Off at you.
Sorry.
I could keep firing them off forever.
Let's go.
Fire. Floor says, I was petitioned for by my father in 2006, and it was approved, and my sister in New Jersey received my welcome letter. She wrote a letter to immigration, then asking if she can continue the processing because, unfortunately, my father passed away before we received the approval letters. Is there any way you can help me? I'm 71 years old and still really want to visit my 3 siblings and family in New Jersey.
Okay, which approval letters are we talking about? If an I-130 was filed by the father and it was approved, you can now have the sisters substitute in. You got to request that substitution through a humanitarian waiver. If the I-130 was not approved and the father died and then it got approved after, then unfortunately you're out of luck. We got to figure out another way. Now you're 71 years old. Perhaps we can help you get a visitor's visa if that's the case. She should have a consultation with us.
Tennille has a follow-up.
From the captain.
From the captain.
Yes.
It's under supervisory review, and I do have a Class A misdemeanor from 2010 where I had 1 year probation.
Right, there it is. So they're determining 2 things. 1, are you deportable? Because if you're deportable, they can put you in deportation. And number 2, if you're not deportable, do you have 5 years good moral character? So we need to know a lot more about the Class A misdemeanor. But as soon as it goes under supervisory review. That means they're reviewing something bad in your history. And there it is. And just coincidentally, there's the police going right by as we speak, right by our window. Our soundproof window, courtesy of Soundproof Windows. Call them at, obviously our windows, we were told they are soundproofed. We were promised they were triple pane soundproof. We were told that. You know, the local news, they don't have the problem of the police coming by. We were told the windows are soundproof, but apparently we were given something less than glass, plastic. I don't know what.
Do you think that means that they're also not bulletproof, Brad?
They are not bulletproof. If somebody wants to shoot us through the window, they will be able to. Thank God. Let's not even make a joke about that. God forbid, because that stuff happens these days.
That would be scary. Thank God we're on the 5th floor.
What else?
Shell says, I don't know what my options are here, and I'm really hoping you can help me. I was married to a green card holder for 10 years, and now we're divorced, and I didn't sign anything. What can I do to get my immigration status adjusted? I've been in the country for about 3 years, and within those 3 years, I've had 2 babies.
With this green card holder husband? Or the green card holder husband's gone?
It seems like it was with the green card holder husband.
So
because
why isn't the green card holder husband filing for her? Let's start with an I-130. What are we waiting on?
They're divorced. They're divorced.
Then somebody, she needs to marry the man who she has the 2 babies with. Hopefully,
that's the ex-husband.
Get married again. Or is she not in a relationship with them? I'm a little confused on what's going on.
No. So here's what happened. She was in a relationship.
Oh, she had the 2 babies, and now then I don't know. So the question now is, how do I get a green card? You need to come in, and we'll see what their options are.
Karen says, my mother tried to enter the U.S. on a British passport with her picture in it, but the passport wasn't hers back in 2000.
Oh, she got
stopped. She got turned back at JFK. She has since gotten married to a U.S. citizen. Her application was denied, and then she did the waiver. The waiver also denied. The husband got his stepdaughter, who is asking this question here, they got married in 2004. Is there anything that can be done for mom / U.S. citizen?
Yes. File I-130 again and do better waivers. Mom made a misrepresentation at the airport, and mom got deported at the airport. You need 2 waivers for that. Let's do a better job this time around. Try again.
Donna wants to know if we can help her work through all that paperwork to determine whether or not she was in fact sworn in the day before her son's 18th birthday.
That's the Big Mac of paperwork? The Royale with cheese of paperwork? The answer is
yes.
The
Royale with cheese of paperwork.
The answer is yes, we can do that.
Xavier wants to know if a small business can sponsor someone.
Yes, as long as the key to small business, it doesn't matter the size of the business, it matters what's on the tax return. And what matters is on the tax return is after all the other expenses of the business are paid, including whatever the owner has earned as an owner of the small business, is there enough profit left over to take money and put it towards the prevailing wage of the salary that's being offered to the job sponsor? So, for example, let's say small business A is sponsoring Kimmy Kim Kim as the social media manager. And Kimmy and small business A has been able to prove that Kimmy Kim Kim is not taking a job away from any other social media manager. And now we get the labor application approved, and now we have to file an I-140 visa petition. The government is going to ask for a copy of that business's tax returns for the year in which the labor application was filed. On that tax return, it has to be able to show a profit and enough cash flow to pay for Kimmy Kim Kim's salary after all of the other expenses and all the other employees are paid. So if this business had a profit of $10,000, unless Kimmy Kim Kim is working for less than the minimum wage, that case would be denied. If this business made a profit of $1.2 million, which is what Kimmy Kim Kim's salary is, or at least what she wishes her salary was at $1.2 million, then you would be okay. So let's do this, Kimmy Kim Kim. We have Abrima holding from New York. Okay. So let's speak to Abrima, and then we're going to speak with Megan and Kristen about divorce. and then we're going to come back to Kimmy Kim with all of the final questions on our last round of social media check-in in a few minutes. How's that?
That sounds awesome.
All right, so let's go to Abrima. Abrima, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And you?
Good, good. What's up?
Am I online or
you are
is this
online?
private?
You are live on Facebook. You're live on YouTube. What's your question?
Yeah. Because I just wanted to speak privately. Like, is it possible?
Yeah, but not at this moment because I'm on a live show. How can I speak to you privately if I'm on a live show? Hold on 1 second. You can have a consultation with us. All right, 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Please leave your questions on Facebook. Please leave your questions on YouTube. We're going to get Kimmy Kim back in a few minutes to ask me all of your questions on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, you could also call 1-800-529-5465. I also ask everybody to please share this with your friends and family. Let them know that we're here to help you. And sharing is always caring, at least in my book. And the way you share is just put it on somebody's timeline, put it on their in Messenger, put it in groups that you may be joining. Let them know that we're here to help you with all of your immigration issues. And you share it, you press a button, it's like 3 seconds, and you help us help as many people as we can. And of course, let them know that when you do share it, that you should always be liking and following the Brad Show Live link on Facebook, because that is our official page of which we broadcast off of, or if on YouTube. Subscribe to The Brad Show. On Facebook, you like and follow The Brad Show, and you will be notified every time we come live, which is Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Right now, I do want to catch up with Megan and Kristen. They're our matrimonial attorneys. They are our divorce attorneys here in New York and Connecticut. They work here at Spar and Bernstein. They manage our matrimonial and family law departments. You may have seen Megan in the beginning of the show with me screaming and yelling that you need good lawyers for matrimonial attorneys. And here are great examples that a conversation between Megan, me, and Kristen, why you really need good lawyers in your divorce and family law situations. Let's watch. All right, with me today is Megan Buckwalter and Kristen O'Leary. They are our matrimonial and family court attorneys here at Spar and Bernstein. They do a fantastic job in trying to navigate our clients' family issues, whether it comes to divorce, child support, child custody, visitation, paternity, and the whole gamut that involves family lawyers. They're with us today to talk about something that we rarely talk about. You need a lawyer. You can't do this on your own. And we were just talking off the air how many people we end up seeing in family court in New York and Connecticut and in Supreme Court, which is what we're looking at behind us, who show up to court for their family issues, for their divorce issues, their serious contested divorce issues without an attorney.
It's unbelievable.
What's up with that? Why do you need an attorney in a divorce?
I mean, you absolutely need an attorney in a divorce. First of all, you're entering into agreements that have serious financial ramifications. If you have kids, you're dealing with custody and child support, and all of those things are going to stay in place whether or not you know what you're doing. So if you go in and say, I don't want a lawyer, the judge is going to still hold you to the same standard as if you were a lawyer.
So can you give me an example? I know Kristen was just saying before. Give me examples of people that you have seen in court that it just, you know, we were laughing off the air, and it's sad actually, you know, because, you know, they're really doing a disservice to themselves. But give us like examples, real life examples of people who were representing themselves and the disaster that they caused themselves. You see this in court every day.
Just recently, let's say last month, I was in court in Nassau County, and I watched two litigants go up there. Neither one of them were represented by counsel, both pro se. They went up telling the judge a whole bunch of irrelevant information that has nothing to do with their divorce. And then as I'm listening, they're telling the judge about how one basically promised to get the other one a green card through the marriage, and essentially committed immigration fraud and admitted this on the record. So at that point, they've now created a record that's, you know, being recorded in a court of law where they're admitting to things that could potentially damage their immigration case down the line, and they
or put them in jail, or put them in jail. You just admitted to a crime in open court, you know. And then, you know, I know situations where both of you have come back from court, and we're representing one client, and the other client's is not represented by an attorney, and you are literally trying to talk to that other litigant who's not represented by, and they're literally running away from you, and you have to say to the judge, they have to talk to me, and eventually all they're doing is a disservice to themselves and to the judge. The judge doesn't appreciate it either.
You know, the court's resources are limited, and they make that very clear that they won't waste their time. Like Megan said, they hold you to the same standard that they hold attorneys to. So just because you're not represented, you're not going to get any leeway.
So you know what everybody is thinking when they say I'm going to represent themselves is, I don't have the money.
Generally,
I don't have the money to go hire a paid attorney. What do you have to say to people who say, you know what, Megan, you know what, Kristen, you know when they say the rent's too damn high, the lawyers' fees are too damn high. What do you say to them?
I mean, honestly, I feel like you're going to spend more time and money trying to represent yourself than you would if you just hired a lawyer from the beginning. You have to take time off from work to appear in court, and every time we appear in court with someone who's representing themselves, we have issues with discovery, with submitting documents, and so the case gets dragged on, and you have to keep taking time off from work, appearing, and you're wasting your own money by doing that. If you had a lawyer, we could get it done quickly and efficiently, and we would also be protecting your rights at the same time.
You know, I'm just even reading here. I mean, we have true life examples where we had a case where the appraisal for a pension, right, was $700. And tell us about that case.
Yeah, so this is just across the board. When you're representing yourself, most of the companies that do appraisals for pensions and a divorce charge almost double, if not more, for self-represented parties to pay their fee. So our client only had to pay $700, and the client who was representing themselves had to pay almost $1,800 in the end, simply because they were self-represented. The company wasn't doing anything different. They just charge more because they know it's going to be more difficult to deal with someone who is self-represented.
Right, because the pension companies, just like lawyers, are charging for their time, and they say, you know
They're
what,
going to get more phone calls.
They're going to get more phone calls. I don't understand. Please explain this to me. And now they paid more than 2.5 times for the same pension report, and they don't even know what to say in court, and they literally just get destroyed. It's actually sad to watch.
It's throwing your money away.
No, it's sad to watch, you know, from, you know, we're happy for our clients, obviously, but, you know, it's sad to watch when we represent a client and we just literally destroy the person who doesn't have an attorney, and you're like, please get an attorney. You know,
it makes everyone's lives easier, and it's going to definitely make the case better for both parties if they both have attorneys.
So give us an example. I know you were talking off the air with me about a client had hired us to represent them, and the wife did not, in a contested divorce. They were fighting over money and homes, and the wife didn't comply with the discovery deadline. What happened in that case?
Well, that, unfortunately for her, but fortunate for us, the wife did not comply with any of the discovery deadlines.
Well, what is the discovery deadlines?
Discovery deadlines are when you have to submit certain financial documents in a case. So the first time you go to court, the judge issues an order and says, all right, within a certain amount of time, you have to submit certain documents. And again, the judge doesn't care. If you're choosing to represent yourself, you still have to comply with his or her orders. So we came back for the second court appearance. The woman did not submit any documents. The judge said, okay, you get one more chance. We came back for the third court appearance. The woman did not submit any documents. It ended up she was precluded, which means she was just completely stopped and barred from submitting any evidence, whether it was documents or just her own testimony as to her finances. And we were able to submit everything on our client's behalf. So she was railroaded in that case, and it was really her own fault because she didn't comply with the discovery deadlines, and she may not have known, but that's why you need a lawyer.
You know, we were even it's unbelievable. We had a client recently, I know you were telling me, who went to court because they got served with an order of protection in family court because they went to family court without a lawyer, and he consented to that order of protection. Then he went home and he literally got booted out of his house. Tell us about that. And what did you do to help him?
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I would say you absolutely need an attorney to go with you to court when you're going on an order of protection case, even if it's in family court. There's criminal ramifications. So if you are alleged to have violated the order of protection, you're getting arrested. This man came in after the fact, and he had an order of protection against him. He was kicked out of his house. And as part of the divorce, he was still required to pay the mortgage on that house because he was the moneyed spouse. He was then also having to pay rent for somewhere for him to live. And that order stays in effect while the divorce is pending. So the judge didn't really have much sympathy for him. They're saying you committed a family offense against your wife. Because of your actions, you got kicked out of the house. That's your problem.
And had he had an attorney, perhaps an outcome would have been different.
Absolutely.
And certainly he's spending more money and he's paying for a house he can't live in, that the wife is living in. And now, he's hired us and we're trying to untangle his mess. Right. But the moral of all of these stories is, and I hear this all the time from many clients, is I'm going to go to court and see what happens. Okay, you know what happens? You just got an order of protection against you, and now you're kicked out of your house, and the judge has no sympathy for you. Yeah. Or you know what happens? You've just missed all these discovery deadlines. You are so screwed, it's unbelievable. Or in the first instance, you know what happened? You just paid triple for a pension that if you hired us, you would have a pension report that you would have paid 2.5 times less. Yeah. And by the way, when you went to court, you would have actually argued successfully for part of that pension. So I mean, we have example after example. The worst advice, okay, that you can give yourself in a matrimonial situation or a family court dispute, when you say, I'm just going to go to family court, is to say, I am going to go to court and see what happens, and if I have a problem, then I'll get a lawyer. Yeah. That problem is very hard to untangle. Mm-hmm. The smart person, okay, you will save money in the long run. You will save anxiety, heartache, stress, time from work. Mm-hmm. You will have a more pleasurable life, I can assure you. And it's not pleasurable to go to court in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying it's pleasurable to go to court because you have a lawyer. It is just so significantly less pleasurable. It actually hurts to go to court when you don't have a lawyer. Hopefully when you have a good lawyer defending you, you'll get what you want. And that's really what we're trying to say. You've got two really good attorneys here, Megan Buckwalter, Kristen O'Leary. Call them if you have any matrimonial issues, contested divorce issues, family court issues in New York and Connecticut. Their telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. It's the same telephone number that you call to get on the show to ask your legal question, is the number to call Kristen and Megan. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
And I know you have a lot of work to get back to, so I appreciate you taking your time to be on the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so that was Kristen and Megan, our matrimonial attorneys, 1-800-529-5465. It's the same number to get on our show as it is to call me for immigration advice, Megan and Kristen for matrimonial law, Paul Hirsch, David Moreno, Jacob Hudnut for criminal defense, Brittany and Moshe, personal injury, Carmela tax, 1-800-529, all of our fantastic immigration attorneys, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. We don't have any calls for me to answer, but I know Kimmy Kim Kim has lots of questions on Facebook and YouTube. Let's go to Kimmy Kim Kim. Hello again for our final round of rapid fire, which has been a bit of a slow. Maybe we got to change it now because of what's going on with the NRA and the gun thing. You know,
That's true.
It was kind of cute calling it rapid fire before, but now I'm not sure whether we should be calling it rapid fire anymore. I think it takes on a different connotation now, and we just have to go find a new term or something new to call this other than rapid fire. I actually don't want to use rapid fire anymore.
Rapid fire?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I just dropped my pen. Now I have nothing to...
No.
Now
what are you going to fidget with?
What am I going to fidget with? I've got nothing to fidget with now. That's the worst, when I dropped the one thing I had to fidget with. So, I was to tell you, I went to see a Broadway show this weekend.
You did?
Yes. I took Gabby and Natasha. We went to see Dear Evan Hansen. and which was a great show. But I will tell you in the beginning, Evan Hansen, I don't want to give away the whole plot, but one of the lines in the plot is, to one of these other kids, it's all about teenagers and teenage angst and anxiety, and eventually once somebody commits suicide. I gave away a little bit, but that's in the first act, so don't worry. And but one of the kids says to another kid, you're going to end up being the school shooter. And there was a lot of people moaning and groaning that they, like, boo, boo, boo. And they're actually literally booing. At the end, it was a great show, but they actually booed that line. So I don't know if we should be, using the term rapid fire anymore. I think all gun references take on a different meaning now after what happened in Florida. So I think we're going to retire rapid fire. I would say Jill agrees with me. I would say Muta Ali agrees with me. Brittany agrees with me. Patrice agrees with me. I don't know if you agree with me or not. I've taken a poll with them, by the way. They all agree with me.
They do agree with you. So you're telling me that if I don't agree with you, I am the odd man out on the whole team.
No, as a matter of fact, what I'm telling you is actually I never asked them. I'm just putting words in their mouth. But I would assume, knowing their politics, that they would agree with me. I just don't know whether you would agree with me or not. I don't know where you stand on all of this. I never had that conversation with you.
So I'm from Belgium,
You're
right?
from Belgium, right? Because we know you're from Belgium because we call you Belgium Kim. We're very aware of that. Right.
Exactly. So this is the thing. One of the things that I could never understand when I moved to the U.S. and I moved to the South, like I moved to North Carolina.
You moved to gun country.
You moved to gun country.
Crazy gun country.
And I have never understood the gun culture in this country. It's one of those things where I don't co-sign. I'm not American for when it comes to guns. Like, I'm very proud of my dual citizenship and my Americanness, but that's there's
a lot of this culture I don't get. And and I always joke around that there's actually, to me, there's like two different countries. And you could even see it, in the election between Clinton and Trump. There's like one country which is like the Northeast and maybe the tip of Florida and out west California.
Right.
And then there's everything in between, which is completely different politics, thinking, and so hopefully at some point we'll come together. But it's literally two different countries. I don't get it, Kim. I don't understand why to me, it's a very simple thing, and I don't want to get into it, but it's a very simple, whatever joy anybody gets out of hunting, okay? And then there's the, the fact that people don't trust the government. And because they don't trust the government, they don't trust the authorities, they feel they need a gun to protect them from over-intrusive government. Whatever that nonsense is that I think it's nonsense that's in their head, or the joy about hunting Bambi and killing Bambi, which I think is very sad to kill Bambi. Whatever joy that is actually outweighed by the carnage and destruction and the fear that people live in every day with guns. But that's my 2 cents on it. And I think there has to be a balancing act. I think the NRA comes out that, everybody should have a gun. Everybody should be able to shoot a gun. Everyone should be able to shoot semi-automatics. And there's other people on the other side that say there should be no guns. And I think at some point, everybody is like banging heads, and there has to be some sort of compromise to come in the middle. Okay, maybe people should have a right to a gun, but under these circumstances. Maybe people should have the right to have a gun, but they should be able to pass some sort of mental
You have to go through all these
capacity,
things first.
Yeah, whatever it is, to make sure that you are a person who's going to use a gun rationally, reasonably, and safely. I mean, it's amazing that you can say we do not believe that you have in 49 out of 50 states except Louisiana. The government says we do not believe that somebody has the mental capacity to drink a beer until they're 21 years old, but they certainly have the mental capacity to buy a semi-automatic weapon without any background check and just start shooting it off willy-nilly, okay? But they're not allowed to drink a beer. Think about
it's
that.
maddening.
Think
it
about
doesn't
that.
make any
Think about
sense.
that.
It is absolutely maddening.
Yes.
You are not allowed to be a child who files for their parent
Till you're 21.
until you're 21.
But you can shoot off a gun when you're 18. That's
Right.
okay. That's okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's
That
okay.
It just is such backwards thinking. It gets me so
Absolutely.
angry. And yeah, no, it is.
All right, what questions you got? Now that we're
So
done.
I have some questions. I also have some really funny goings on in the comments if
All
you
right,
want to hear.
let's hear the funny
some of those.
goings on first. I like to laugh.
People said if we don't get to the 300 today,
We are
don't
not
worry.
getting anywhere near 300 today.
It's okay.
We only got halfway there. We got to 150.
We got halfway.
Yeah.
People said that's okay. They are willing to pay you exorbitant sums of money to do a handstand and a flip off the desk.
No, I will only do it.
For months.
I will only do it once we hit 300. And I will not do it live. It'll be on tape. just in case I screw it up. I'll need a few takes on it.
There's also congratulations in order for Vakisha Taylor, who apparently secretly married your son in a secret wedding ceremony this weekend.
Oh my God, he would freak out if he knew that.
You have,
And by the way, he's only 16, so if that is actually true, Vakisha would be committing a crime.
We have big issues.
Yes.
Jeff Bosey said that he, a U.S. citizen, as well as his U.S. citizen wife, would never in a million years pass the Stokes interview, and they would definitely get deported.
I would believe that.
And he said he studied harder on learning the couple of words of patois for the comment section than remembering what goes on at home.
I believe that as well. I believe that as well. Right. He is taking this show really seriously, this Jeff Bosey. He takes this show very seriously.
He has tried really hard.
Yes.
And then finally, we have multiple suggestions for what the new social media segment should be called.
What?
Including express answers.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. It feels it feels like a tax situation. Maybe I'm watching
answers. It feels like I'm on like the fast pass lane at Disney World, but okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Or I'm in Group A on JetBlue. I'm not sure, but we'll we'll take that maybe. What else?
And we've got Carol Anderson, the Tiger, that says it's you could just say time for social media, Kimmy Kim Kim.
I like that. I like that better. Time for social media, Kimmy Kim Kim.
You
All right,
already do.
Kimmy Kim Kim. What do we got in terms of questions?
Real questions.
Yes, real questions.
Melvin on YouTube has a non-immigration legal question. So
Okay.
I have no idea. If I'm in somebody's business insurance, but not on the LLC, am I liable if something happens in the business?
If you're on somebody's business insurance?
Yeah, but you're not on the LLC as an owner.
You're not. Okay, so yeah, Kimmy Kim Kim, you are not an owner of Spar and Bernstein, but there is insurance if we were to disparage somebody online, right? So you are not an owner of the professional corporation, but you are covered by insurance.
Not yet.
It
Not
depends.
yet.
It depends on what the insurance contract says, but generally, yes, as long as you're under, as long as the contract says you would be covered. It depends on what the language of the contract is.
Louis wants to know, does your husband, who's a U.S. citizen and have a criminal record and an ongoing court case, affect your application for the I-130 process?
As long as it's not for sexual abuse, no.
Joan wants to know, is it easy for international actuaries to get a green card through employment?
International actuaries? As long as you're not taking a job away from an American, yeah, why not?
Nandine says, if you're waiting on your temporary green card, is it really important for you and your spouse to file your taxes together?
Yes. Really important. We've gone through that a lot. Really,
very
really important. Yeah.
Like essential.
Essential. Right.
A Conby wants to know, my friend just got married to a green card holder. Her wife would be eligible for citizenship in December. Do they need to file now or wait until the wife files for her citizenship in December? My friend
file now, because who knows how long the citizenship takes. Forever. File now.
Margie says, can you have two lawyers, one on each side of a couple battling in divorce court, both from your firm?
No.
Andreen says, my spouse got an illegal visa about 15 years ago. He traveled but was turned back at the airport. He went to the U.S. Embassy in 2014 and was denied. How can he obtain a visa?
He needs a waiver because he made a misrepresentation. He's barred for life. Now, it's very hard to get a waiver for a non-immigrant visa. You have to really show like there's a really valid reason that would overcome lying to the U.S. government and making a fraudulent visa to come to America for a non-immigrant visa. Like you won the Grammy Award and you're coming to collect your Grammy. Something to that level. Short of that, it would have to be through family, which would be a spouse or a parent, and it would be extreme and unusual hardship to that spouse or parent. Waivers are not easy to come by.
This is why that segment with Kristen and Megan were awesome. This is why you have a lawyer.
That is correct.
Reducing the anxiety.
Reducing the anxiety. You know that. That's what I preach. Good lawyers reduce anxiety, make people feel good. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to be happening. And when people's anxieties are reduced and things happen, good things happen. It's when people freak out, that's when, the karma goes off. It's true. I believe in karma.
So a Conby has a follow-up. If the spouse is out of status, so wife is going to be a citizen in December, they need to go ahead and start filing now. What do they need to file if he's out of status?
File the I-130 now, because the wife's not going to file for citizenship till the end of the year. So that's about 10 months, and then citizenship's another 10 months. So she's not going to be a citizen for almost 2 years. File an I-130 visa petition now. Get on the waiting list.
Lean wants to know, can I file for adjustment of status for my kids while I wait for my citizenship? I already filed their I-130.
No, because unless they're in status and their priority dates are current, they're going to have to wait on your citizenship.
Danny is wondering, I came to the U.S. in 2007 unlawfully. My husband is a U.S. citizen, and I'm currently under TPS. How can my husband file my green card for me?
If you came on TPS, you can do either a provisional waiver. Now, there are some states where it says TPS is a legal entry, depending on what state you live in. Ninth Circuit said it's a legal entry, so then you could adjust. But it's all different states, depends on your situation. So you can get a green card depending on where you live, whether you got advanced parole and went home and came back, whether you live in a state where TPS is recognized as an entry in order to adjust your status. You could always do a provisional waiver. A lot depends, but you should make an appointment.
Jeff Bosey has the incredible, strong retort with TPS, no one should have to deal with toilet paper shortage.
Ha!
That guy. He almost rivals you in dad jokes,
yes,
you know?
Yeah. All right. What else?
I've got more, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, because I have Anne-Marie also I want to get to before we leave, who's been holding for a long time.
Well, so what do you want to do first?
Why don't we do this? No, why don't we do like 2 or 3 or 4 more questions, and then we're going to get to Anne-Marie in Brooklyn.
Perfect. Marge is asking for a friend, and she's saying, can you file VAWA if you don't have a police record, but you have records from a social worker along with other pertinent documents?
Yeah, as long as any evidence of abuse is abuse. You don't have to have, it doesn't, there's no law that says if you don't have a police record, you weren't abused.
Molly says, my parents, along with my sister and I, came to the U.S. in 2009 on a visitor's visa, and I was 17 at the time. Years later, my sister got married to a U.S. citizen, and she's a citizen now. She recently applied for my mom and would like to do the same for me. I'm now currently married with 2 U.S. citizen kids aged 4 and 9, and my mom is going to be receiving her green card soon. Should I get a divorce in order for my mom to petition for me? And if so, how long is that process going to take to get
let your sister file for you, and don't get divorced and break up a family. That's ridiculous. And by the way, it is illegal to get a divorce for purposes of changing your categories in immigration.
So they may have outs together, and I think this is where her real question comes in. Both she and her husband are undocumented. He came on a crewman's visa, but was given entry into the country and was inspected by immigration when he came in.
Doesn't matter. Crewman's visa is crewman's visa. Doesn't matter.
So
his dad's a citizen?
A green card holder, resident.
All right, let him come see me. Because what I would suggest they do is do a job sponsorship. You can do a provisional waiver through a job sponsorship, and it only takes 18 months. Why get divorced and wait and break up a marriage? B, it's illegal. C, you're breaking up a marriage. Why do that? D. E, it's illegal. F, why do that? And G, it'll take like 9 years versus a job sponsorship, which is 18 months.
That's literally A through G reasons as to why you need to
three. Three reasons, but I gave you through G.
Alti says, I've got a question. I came here in the U.S. in November of 2017. And then 10 days later, I got married. That same last December, I applied for my green card, and they received my application.
You have a huge misrepresentation issue. You need a lawyer, definitely.
And Alti didn't even realize that was the issue, because she was like, my tourist visa is going to expire in May. Do I just go back to Canada while I wait? But she doesn't even realize.
You don't even realize what you did wrong.
No.
You did a big no-no. You got married. You came as a tourist and got married in 10 days. And they're going to say you misrepresented the purpose of your coming to America. You need a lawyer fast. Like fast.
Fast. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got one more. Do I have time to squeeze it in before we get to...
One more, and then we'll get to Anne-Marie.
Michael wants to know, I'd like to ask if there's any way that you can help me process a tourist visa in the U.S. And if yes, what are the requirements?
You need to have ties to your home country. I don't help you process the tourist visa. Go apply for it. If you have a problem and you get denied, you can then have a consultation with me, and we can see if we can, override the embassy. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But in terms of applying for a tourist visa, you just fill out the form and go. All right? I mean, if you want to have a consultation before you go to say, hey, what should I bring with me? I'm happy to do that as well. But the process of the tourist visa is on your side.
Perfection.
That's it for social media. Kim, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow,
You're the best. Let's go to Anne-Marie in Brooklyn. Anne-Marie.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Mr.
Bernstein.
Hi, Happy New Year to you. How are you doing, sir?
Happy Chinese New Year. Or
Thank
American
you so much.
Or American New Year if it's January.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah. What's going on?
My question to you, my mother filed for me and my son to come here as a permanent resident. Mm-hmm. And my green card is expired. Expire about a year and a half or about 2 years. Do I have the option of going in for citizen, or I would have to renew my green card
When did you get your green card originally?
I got it in 2005.
No, just file your citizenship. You don't have to renew your green card.
So how could I go about it with me and my son? He's 18 at the moment, so I would like to know how I go about it.
Your son would have to file separately because he's over the age of 18. So you would file one N400 application. Your son would file a separate N400 application.
How could I?
I can help you with all that.
Can you help me with that?
Yes. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to Spar and Bernstein for immigration, for personal injury, for criminal defense, personal injury, construction accidents, matrimonial law, family law, tax debt relief with Carmela. 1-800-529-5465. Thank you all for watching, Brad Squad. Thank you all for watching. We are going to be back live tomorrow at 5:30. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Please, if you are watching now and you have not liked or followed the Brad Show page, please do it so you can get notified. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe so you can be notified and you can have all your legal questions answered every day, as well as your friends and family members' questions answered every day. And the telephone number to contact us is 1-800-529-5465. If you haven't done so already, please share this page. Please share this video with a friend, a family member. Put it on your timeline. Put it on your friend's timeline. Put it in Messenger. Put it in groups. Let them watch even after we are no longer live. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Stay safe. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.